We are live. We are live. We are live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the YBC-Youth Building Conversation platform. My name is Luana Hodges, your host, sitting down with Krystal Vernee. Did I say that correctly?
Vernee.
Vernee, because I'm used to the other name. Vernee. Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. I am great. Let me tell you, y'all, I am a little nervous interviewing this young lady because she has her own podcast. She does her own interviews. So she's not nervous. She chilled. I'm nervous because this is what she actually does. And I'm sitting here interviewing her. But I'm excited because we go way back. But we'll get into that. So, Krystal, can you open us up in a word of prayer?
Sure. Let us all bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for waking us up this morning and giving us all that we have. Lord, we ask that everyone who's gathered, who's watching this, who maybe listen to this later, that they just be touched by all of the conversations that are had here today. Please bless YBC, bless Luana, her family, and just bless everything and everyone that this broadcast touches now and in the future. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I thought you said it was going to be short. That wasn't short.
It was short.
Well, I'm going to give a little bit of how I know Krystal, and then I'm going to ask her who is Krystal herself, and she can give you a little spiel about herself. Well, we met years ago. We used to go to the same hairdresser, Tasia, but she started her own Divas and Dolls, and wow, so it was like she started, I joined. And now it's like, woo, it turned into an empire of women or ages coming and just finding themselves. Beauty. I lost mad weight through her program. I also found my sexiness back after having my kids. So it was just great just taking that journey. I am still a member. I fall off from time to time, but I'm back with the same, classes, enhanced classes, more classes, new classes, sensual classes. Okay, I don't want to make it too, ladies, we know we got to find our, as we get older, we have to get that sexy back. Divas and Dolls supports that in so many ways, but she has other things that she journeyed from that she extended herself out. So I'm going to be quiet. So I just want you to tell my viewers, who is Krystal?
Who am I? That's a loaded question. So, really, well, if I describe myself in one word, it'd be unicorn. So, I'm a unicorn. No, I'm a serial womanpreneur. I think that's the first way I describe myself. As Luana said, we go way back. And yes, Luana is still an OG member at my studio, and I'm just so grateful and blessed to have her support. Even today, Divas and Dolls is over 7 years old now. And so Luana's been a member pretty much for the majority of that time that we've been open. So I'm just so blessed to have her and her support and have her, and she's having me on this platform. But in addition to Divas and Dolls Fitness, I also started a sensual aerial dance brand. It's called Cirque Central, and that's also run out of my studio. And what I wanted to do there was just bring circus and aerial arts to the everyday woman and to the minority community, because circus arts is not necessarily accessible to all, especially to learn it. And so finding a way to kind of bring that to the community, but also put a sensual spin on it, was something I'm very passionate about. And then I have my coaching business, Simply She, or Simply Slay Hard Every Day. That's also the name of my podcast. And then I'm also a speaker and an author. So I brand myself Krystal Vernee, as well as a coach. So that's I guess part of who I am. But I guess first and foremost, beyond all that, beyond the unicornness, I'm a woman. To take that even further, I'm an empowered woman. That's me.
Yes, yes. Slay every day. That's what her brand states. Slay every day. Yes, yes. So let's get into the unicorn because I be seeing pictures. You be posting about a unicorn. Now, when I look at a unicorn, it's beauty. I see a beautiful. See, it's mystery. It's mystical. It's beautiful. What do unicorn mean to you?
I mean, it's part of that, but really, I call myself a unicorn because I'm unique. And oftentimes I would say even unicorns could be considered the last of their kind, right? So I want to say that there's other unicorns out there in the world, but I believe I'm the only one. There's only one me. So that's why I call myself a unicorn. And also because I was talking to another young lady out on my podcast, and she was like, well, unicorns are very selective about who they have or let's see them. And I was like, you're so right. You're right. That's a part of it too. So very selective in terms of who I really let in my inner circle and who I let influence me. And just, yeah, I mean, I strive to being unique in all things that I do. So that's what unicorn means.
Wow. Okay. So let's get to COVID-19. COVID-19 hit last year. How did that affect your business as well as you personally and spiritually?
Yeah, so I think COVID-19 was rough for everybody. Regardless of where you sat in the world, whatever job you had, it still was rough. Even if you were blessed to be able to work from home, like it still was just a rough time. My business, we were shut down for like 4.5 months, my studio. But thankfully we were able to reopen, and a lot of businesses did not make it through the pandemic. But I think for me, it was just kind of, reaffirming the fact that I knew that I had to branch out into, different, have multiple streams of income, and just also be more open to change and transformation. And that there's never, not that I was like this, but always just keeping in mind that there's always more than one way to do things. And that just, really bringing out that true entrepreneurial spirit of being able to pivot and take it as it comes to you and run with it. It's like, well, we can't do that anymore. I got 10 more ways we can do this thing. And so I think that's what COVID reminded me of business wise, was that, definitely I'm a person that perseveres. I'm a fighter. Divas and Dolls wasn't going nowhere. I don't care what COVID-19 has said. So I was going to find a way to make sure that we were able to reopen our doors, which we did. So I'm thankful of that. I think personally, definitely was more of a spiritual journey for me, just having that time to myself and being able to really reflect. So I did a lot of reflection during the lockdown, especially just kind of like where I wanted to go in life, what I really wanted. And I mean, I was going through that process anyway, but that gave me like some extra time because I couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere. So being really self-reflective and just thinking through the choices that I wanted to make and how I really wanted to see my life, and that I really was able to mold my life as I saw fit. Of course, keeping God first and being able to, to make the journey that, that vision that He's given me. And I mean, I became a Reiki master during lockdown. That's an interesting story. So kind of just also exploring other avenues of healing, which was really important, and also being able to help others. So.
Wow. So I listen to your broadcast. I always catch them on the replay. And you said that you look past today. Like you already have a mindset of 10 years from now, 5 years from now. You already know, okay, even though Divas and Dolls, I see it right now, but I see it 10 years from now. And I just find that, I mean, because for me, sometimes I can't think past next week. So I'm like, okay, like how she do that? Like, okay, like how you get a mindset like that?
I think definitely something that I've trained over time. So definitely like you train your muscles when you're working out, you also train your mind. And mindset is a very important asset to us as humans. And I think that's one thing that's extremely overlooked. And your mindset could be the ultimate demise if it's not in the right place. Right? Forget all the resources, the tools, the money you might have. If your mindset is not right, your mind's not in the right place, you're going to stay right where you are. And so that's one thing that I realized as well on my journey, that I need to take care of not only my body, my spirit, but also my mind in terms of like how I was thinking and what I was letting influence me. And I've always been a forward thinker in terms of like a very strategic thinker. So that's just something that I think I've had almost since birth. I was always thinking about what was going to happen years from now. How is this decision that I'm making going to affect me years from now? And I think also that comes from being a project manager at my full-time job as well, like having to think about all the different obstacles I could face and how this might affect things down the line. And so me being in business now, and having multiple businesses, and also just, I think, from having to take care of people. So like, I have employees at my business. And so it's very important to me that they're successful, that they feel cared for, that they feel nurtured. I sound like a mom, but that's really how I treat them. Like they're my children. And so, I can't just be responsible for myself. I'm responsible for a whole. And so I have to think about all the things that may or may not happen, decisions that I make today. I can't just, be willy-nilly with stuff. I have to be the person to think through things, be responsible, to ensure longevity. And so I think as an entrepreneur, the person who wears the boss hat, that's your job, that's your responsibility. You have to think down the line, because people, when you start having a team, they depend on you. And so that's why I just be thinking like, okay, what's going to happen if I do this now, 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? And it might change, but I still just think through those things.
Right. Well, I know you're a coach. I think that's a lot of things. I think you probably should incorporate that as well, because we have a lot of bosses out here that don't know how to be the boss. I'm just saying that was a sidebar, but I'm just saying I work with a couple of, that was just a sidebar. But in saying that, at what age did you know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I've been telling this story quite a bit because I get this question a lot. What was your first business? And my first business was actually an eBay store at 16. And I was selling designer handbags. I was really into fashion in high school. And so I really loved the bags. I was like, okay, I'm going to have this store that I can sell bags from. And I'm also make from the money that I make from this store, I'm going to buy myself more bags. So that was the logic back then, 16. And I did it. I opened the store without my mom's permission. So she didn't even know I had this store. I was getting boxes at the house, y'all. Like, she was like, what is this? I was like, oh, nothing. Something I need for school. So just it's terrible. It's completely terrible. And also just monitor your kids' internet activities. All I got to say. Because I definitely was like ordering stuff. Listen, terrible. I saved up my little money. I had a bank account. So I was like, I connected my bank account to the eBay store. Just terrible. Like, I was like, dang, that was bad. But anyway, so that was my first business.
But you made money though.
I did make money. I had customers all over the US. Look at this. So, it was terrible, but I think that's when I knew that I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. It was kind of like I hadn't decided, but because I had done that already, it was like, oh yeah, I think I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to be in business for myself. And I think, as I went through school and kind of went through college, I was like, I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to be my own boss. Right. So it kind of was solidified as I went through school. But I think 16 was where I got bit by the bug. Okay.
So you went from selling purses then to opening up Divas and Dolls. So how did that come in play? And did you know that you would be servicing all ages? Because she also serviced younger women because my daughter was going there for a minute when you first started. So did you know with Divas and Dolls that you would have a facility that can actually service and have something for every age, no matter how old you are?
Yeah, so I didn't know. That wasn't kind of like thought planned out. I think what I just wanted to do was have a space that allow women to apologetically be themselves, and I think it just evolved over time to have the diversity that we have, to have the programming that we have, and it was just like, as I like dream about things, I feel like I get, download a vision from God. He tells me what I'm supposed to do. So I'm like, yeah, this would be a great programming. I'm passionate about mentoring, passionate about just the community in general, and making sure that our young women are going to be successful. They get off on the best foot as possible. But don't think I foresaw that. And then thinking about like what I want to do in the future, there's definitely more to come.
Wow. So what services do you offer at Divas and Dolls? Because and let's break it down a little bit more, because I know it always used to be a stigma about pole dancing and what it represented. But I'm gonna tell y'all, okay, I took pole class, right? And I think I'm an okay dancer. I took pole one. Okay, I was good. With the pole two, obstacles got in the way. And I'm not going to lie, I have not overcame those obstacles. I would love to stay in pole one, but somebody won't let me. I ain't saying no names, but I learned that it ain't have nothing to do with if I can dance. It had everything to do with your body strength, your upper body. And it's a workout. And I'm sorry, I applaud the women that do it, because it is a body workout. And your body have to be strong enough to get up that pole and around that pole. So it is a sense of a sport and an exercise. Okay, I'm gonna let the expert speak on it.
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely offer pole dancing. We have levels from beginner all the way up to advanced, and I think everybody starts somewhere, which is why we offer beginner classes. Nobody starts flying around a pole upside down and spinning around. No one starts like that. We start grounded, and then as you gain strength, then you're able to do more advanced moves. Definitely, it's full body weight training. That's really what it is in a sense. And you get a workout without weights. Your body is your weight, and so you become stronger than you ever thought you could. And it's just amazing things happen from pole dance. So that's just one thing though that we offer. And I understand that sometimes pole might be intimidating, and or like Luana said, there might be a stigma behind it, which it's kind of like we put the stigma on it. Like we're the ones who make pole dancing not inappropriate, right? But we also offer other sensual dance classes. So like we offer chair dance, we offer lap dance, we offer twerk, we offer floor work. So those are some other types of, and striptease too. So there's other sensual dances that you can try if you're not ready for the pole yet. We also do regular fitness classes. So like we have yoga, cardio, kickboxing, Zumba, mixed fit. So we offer those classes. And then for the Cirque Central side of things, for our aerial side, we offer Lyra, which is the metal circular hoop that you see circus performers using. And then we also do acro chair. So like we have these metal folding chairs, and we do like acrobatic chair with that. And then we also do something called pole silks. So the silks is another apparatus. It's the silks you see in the circus. They're attached to the pole, and the pole's on spin. And we do that too. And of course, we have stretching classes as well for you to get more flexible. So this is a lot for people to explore when they come to the studio and kind of get a regimen down for themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Cheer. I was good. Twerk. But I did learn. I did learn a little something. Something. When I tell you, let me tell you, it works your body out. People be like, "Oh, I'm telling you, it's a workout." But it also make you feel beautiful, and especially women 50 and over. For me, I like it because it just get that little sexiness back. Like, yeah, I still got it, but it just add on to it. Now I haven't tried all of the ropes and I don't know. I haven't tried. They look good. They look fun. But I haven't tried that. I don't know. But in the regular classes, I'm gonna tell you, kickboxing, mixed fit, Zumba, come ready. Come ready. Because the instructors come ready. They be ready. That's all I got is Miss Leslie. Miss Leslie is what, 60 something?
Mm-hmm.
She Zumba, she'll take me out quick. She'll take me out quick. I'm just saying, powerful instructors, powerful instructors. Let's get back to so what separates Divas and Dolls from other dance studios and other exercise companies, other gyms?
Yeah. So I think I tell people quick, we're not a gym. I think we Divas and Dolls Fitness, we're definitely, first of all, we're a boutique fitness studio. And we offer alternative fitness classes. So not your regular everyday fitness classes, but more so we're a family first. And so when you come there, you're gonna feel right at home. From our staff to the women that you're gonna be taking classes with, they're so welcoming. They're gonna help you in class. Like, you're, even if it's your first day, you're gonna feel a part of the family. You're gonna have so much fun. We laugh, we joke. It's definitely, the ladies, they love to be in our showcases. It's definitely a family type of a vibe, and that's really what I wanted to create, because I'm big on family of choice, and so I wanted Divas and Dolls to be a place where people could feel comfortable, feel welcome, and just feel a part of something, regardless of their background, whatever they had going on at home or outside. When they came in my doors, they just felt like they were amongst friends, amongst family, and they could just have that time to themselves, whether it's just their fitness activity, whether it's just their adult time, whether it's some of both, just to get their sex back, whatever their goal is. When they come through, they achieve that. When they leave, I think the other thing too is that our studio is an experience. So when you come in, you experience Divas and Dolls. You don't work out. And I think when you go to other places, you work out and you leave. That's it. You might know some people at the gym. You might just see each other. You might say hi, but I mean, I think ultimately, you experience the family oriented environment. You create relationships, bonds, you get healthy in the process, you get your sexy back in the process, and you create, a part of your life. It becomes just a part of your life. People say that, like, I live here. Just have the studio open 24 hours. I'll never leave. So.
Yeah, I agree. Because I can see a couple of people from Divas and Dolls. They be like, "Where you been at? You just left." I'm like, "No, I didn't leave. I'm still there, but not physically." But when you coming back? And it's nice because like I started going back this week, and I didn't even know one of the young ladies that works there. I came in, she took my temperature and stuff. She's like, "Oh, you can mark Luana here." And I turned around. I said, "Oh, you remember me?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool." And it was like, it just made me feel like, wow, okay, I'm back at home. You know what I mean? Like I never left. Like she actually remembered me. That was awesome, But in saying that, I know, where did Divas and Dolls come from?
You like where the name come from?
Yes. I know
Okay.
I know where Divas. Yeah.
Why we got the quotes? we got the air quotes, y'all. She's big hating right now. Like Divine Nine hating up in here. Just kidding. We kidding. We love each other. Yes, I'm a Delta, so it's all love.
Just wanted to get that out. I was going everything red. I was like, Krystal, can I get some blue up in here? I don't want to wear just red. Can I get some? And she did. She got some blue t-shirts and blue stuff in there. She did. But yes, she is a Delta represent very well. It's a lot of red up in there. That's okay. But let's talk about your added on ventures. Simply She. How did that get birthed out, and where did that name come from?
Yeah, so Simply She. So that it's a long story, but I'll be succinct. So I went through divorce these past 2 years actually. And what I realized while going through my divorce was that I felt like I had lost my voice in my marriage, just in general. But like things were happening around me and I wasn't a part of them. So I was just kind of like living outside, like watching my life actually. Like I was a guest in my own life. And I didn't like feeling like that. And and the more that I talked to other women who were going through the same thing, the more I realized I wasn't alone. And what I really wanted to do was kind of change the narrative for women who were ambitious, women who are successful, who strive to be successful, who strive for more. That's really what I wanted to do. And so, because I was going through divorce, I couldn't do some things. And so I was like, well, let me just start a podcast. Let me just start with sharing my story, teaching other women, telling my story, what I went through in hopes that someone will hear it, know that they're not alone and avoid some of the pitfalls that I fell into. But then also, being able to teach other women what I know about business and like career and just like how important professional and personal development is and self-care is. And so I was like, oh, well, I was like, so this is going to be about her, woman. I was like, well, let's make it she, right? And I wanted to be, and I like acronyms. I was like, well, what can she stand for? And I just slay hard every day just came up. And I was like, yep, that sounds about right. Cause that's what I do. Slay hard every day, right? Despite all the things that I'm faced with, I still make it happen, right? COVID, okay, who's COVID? Let's keep moving. So I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be slay hard every day. And then I was like, well, what? I was like, I need a qualifier. What describes? Like, what can I use to say? And I think when my staff was like, simply, I was like, simply slay hard every day. Yes, I was like, I wanted to be an S, so that there's alliteration in there. And then so that's kind of how it came about. I kind of just told people my idea, and they gave me the simply on that, and I was like, yeah, simply slay hard every day, because it's simple. You you slay hard every day by being yourself. And that's really what I wanted to communicate and impart to women, young women, and with women of all ages. And that's kind of how Simply She came about. And then what I really knew I wanted to do was be a coach. So I knew that because I kind of have been doing that my entire life. And so it just kind of made sense that I just kind of follow that path. I think I hadn't decided what type of coach I wanted to be. I kind of was teetering between being a life and business. And I was like, well, I definitely am passionate about business. So that should be a part of it. So I settled on business and empowerment coaching because I feel like even if I'm telling you about business, more than likely there's some empowerment piece that has to happen. There's a mindset shift that has to happen because, like I said before, for you to get to the next level, you have to shift your mindset. Like a 6-figure earner doesn't have the same mindset as a 7-figure earner. You trust and believe that. So once you're getting every time you level up, there's a mindset shift that has to happen. So
I never thought of that. I never thought of that. A six-figure earner is different than a seven-figure earner. Wow. I never thought of that. Yeah, because I found out that yes, being an entrepreneur is very hard. And yeah, I should be a coach on how to procrastinate. Because that's me all year long. I'm like, me and Georgette always have these conversations. She's like, Lou, you need to get on your grind. I'm like, I know, right? But yeah, I mean, let me tell you, my hats go off to folks that own their own business because it's not easy. It's work. Like you say, it's slay every day. Especially if you got a full time, it's slay every day. And then if you don't, you really have to slay because that is your bread and butter. But in saying that, with all your businesses, do you think they're different? Do you think they serve a different purpose, or do you think they serve the same purpose?
I think they serve the same purpose while they're different. So I think my mission, my purpose in life is to empower women. That I do know. And my business helps me do that in different ways. And so what I've decided is that whatever ventures I take on under my name will do that in some way, shape, or form. I will find some avenue to do that in some way, shape, or form. So whether it's the sound of my voice, whether it's written word, whether it's a class I'm teaching, knowledge I'm imparting, master classes, showing people how to set up their business, whatever I'm doing, it's going to empower women either directly or indirectly in some way.
Nice. So you was just being set up. You didn't know you was being set up for such a time today.
God had a plan.
He had a plan.
He knows all. I couldn't see it. I definitely was just like, okay, come on, Jesus, fix it. What's going on here? I said that so many times, just going through different things and just trying to figure out, was I really on the right path? Was I doing the right thing? Was I going to be successful? Question myself so many times. And I think what I learned was that stop questioning. Like, you've already been shown like what it's going to be. So stop questioning it. You just do.
So do you think that everything you endured through your marriage, growing up, do you think it set you up for such a time as today so you can be that mentor, so you can be that light for other youth and young adults and even older women?
Yeah. I think so, because I would always question, like, why is this happening to me? Why are certain things happening to me? Why me? Like, I try to be obedient. I feel like I'm a good person, but ultimately, if it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be able to be here to speak about it, to teach others. So I feel absolutely the reason why we all have a purpose in life. Whether it's revealed to us or not while we're on this earth, there's a purpose for why you were born, why you're here. And some of us are blessed enough to be able to discover it and live and walk in it while we're on this earth. So I think that I've been blessed to discover mine. I know for a fact that all the things that I've been through is because so I can be here today to lead other women. Really, and men too. Who knows? Because they might be listening to what I'm saying, and it might resonate with them, and I've changed someone's life. I don't know. Right. But amen if I did. Just I think that's why I've gone through those things so that I could be in the position that I'm in to be the light for others.
Do you think you sacrificed a lot in your lifetime to have what you have today?
Well, I think everybody sacrifices. I think, and all in good time. And what's meant for you is what's meant for you. What you're meant to sacrifice, you're meant to sacrifice. And I think, honestly, when I look at it, like when I look back over what I may quote unquote lost during that time or whatever, I just look at it as I let go that which did not serve me, and that which did not serve my purpose. I just let that go. So that was a sacrifice. I felt like I was holding on to it because I felt like I needed it. But really what God was saying was that this is not serving you. So let it go so that you can run faster in the direction that you're trying to go.
Wow. I'm sitting here coaching me, right? I'm sitting here, I'm supposed to be at, you sitting here coaching me right about now. Now you have a full-time job. I know, because if you still work down the street from where I work at, we also work near each other. Where do you get the energy and the grind to, after you leave, because you do project management, so you managing folks, which is kind of hard. It's exhausting. Where you get the energy, the grind because I have seen you over years, right? Come from work, boom, come in, ready to teach a class. Let's go, Zumba class, ready to teach a class. The energy, the grind. I mean, yeah. Let me know. Let me know so I can feel a little bit, because when I come from work, I'm tired. I'm just saying.
Well, I was like, if my staff are watching this, they're gonna be like, Spark, but that's that's not it, y'all. That's not it. That's not the Spark. So for y'all who watch it, y'all know Spark is like this. It's like an energy supplement that we sell at the studio that I drink every day. Yes. And they scared when I drink it, because if you think I'm energetic now, yeah. Just kidding. It's not Spark, but I think for me, it's a balance of making sure, like physically, making sure that I'm eating right, eating healthy. I do try to get it. It wasn't always this way. I do try to get the appropriate amount of sleep, right? So I'll try to get between 4 to 6 hours. My brain does, it does work while I'm sleeping. So sometimes I'll be sitting there thinking about stuff. So, but I've gotten better over the years. But I think just the realizing the self-care piece of things was something that I had to learn, because I was one of those people who would be at work till like 8:00 at night working on stuff. That's just how my drive works. Like, I have to get things done. And for me, what's worked well over the years, especially standing up multiple businesses, is balance and learn to prioritize, and just, learning that everything is not important. So it's kind of like you have to look at so anybody that you're working with, whether you own your own business, you work with vendors, contractors, you have staff that you manage. So I think you have to realize everybody's circle of importance, right? Like, what's most important to them, right? And so what's most important to them is not necessarily going to be what's most important to you. And and so you may feel pressured a lot of times to do certain things that are most important to other people around you, but only you know what's most important to you. And so doing that, I found out, like, I gotta prioritize what's most important, right? What is gonna absolutely not, like, is things gonna close down, be on fire if I don't do. Everything else can wait till tomorrow. And that's kind of like, and then also too important for me, myself, making sure I have that balance. Yeah. So that, I don't burn out. So that's helped with my energy and Spark also.
Yes, I remember taking Spark. And it does give you a lot of energy. Now let's get to your coaching program. She does a lot of stuff. Passion to profit. Now, and I was reading that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask, what does that mean? So if I like cooking, turn that into money.
Yes, exactly. So for Passion to Profit, so what it means that I help entrepreneurs, mainly female entrepreneurs, take a business idea, whatever that idea is, whatever your business is, and help you turn into profit without a huge social media following and without a large email list, while simultaneously building your brand. So that's what the program does. Okay. So if you're somebody who's like started your business or you have an idea, you're looking for a marketing strategy, like how to get your name out there. That's what we work on in the Passion to Profits program. And just also teaching you the number one or primary things you should know about branding, so that you're not just like building this business that people just buy products and services from you, but you're also building a brand. So something that people will recognize, want to do business with, and leave a legacy.
Okay. So how can my viewers follow you? From the Divas and Dolls to your coaching program to your Simply She podcast. How can they follow you?
Okay, y'all. So I got a lot of handles. So y'all ready?
We'll
Here we
make
go.
and we'll make sure that make sure you send them to me. I tell people send me your stuff and they never do. So I can put it underneath the interview so people be able to follow you.
Okay. So I'll go. So Divas and Dolls Fitness. You can follow Divas and Dolls Fitness on Facebook and Instagram at Divas and Dolls Fitness. The and is spelled out. So at Divas and Dolls Fitness. You can follow Cirque Central at Cirque Central on Facebook as well as Instagram, all spelled out. Simply She. So now we got some differentiation in my handles. So Simply She for Facebook, I'm at I Simply She. So the I in Simply She spelled out. And then on Instagram, it's at I_simply_she. So at I_simply_she on Instagram. The podcast, you can get it at, you can listen. The easiest way to listen is www.isimplyShe.com/podcast. Again, that's www.isimplyShe.com/podcast. Also on Apple, it's raining, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Spotify as well. And then me personally, you can follow at Krystal Vernee. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's my handle everywhere. So yeah, that's how you can follow all the things that I do.
It started. I heard a big boom, boom. I was like, okay, God, I get it. We're gonna wrap it up soon. But so, what is next for Krystal, as well as what activities and events you have going on?
Okay. Well, let's go to the activities and events first. So, for Divas and Dolls, we do have some workshops this month. So, June 19th, on Juneteenth, we have a Zumba versus mixed fit workshop. So, Zumba versus mixed fit workshop. It's going to be really awesome. A lot of energy. So, from 2 p.m. to 3:30, come out, get your dance on. It's going to be great. And then June the 27th, we're having a workshop in celebration of International Yoga Day. So International Yoga Day is actually on June 20th, which is Father's Day. So we moved the workshop to June 27th at 2 p.m. So from 2 p.m. to 3:30, we're going to be doing some yoga. So those are the events that we have coming up this month for Divas and Dolls Fitness, and just in general, what I'm up to for my coaching business and more. We're going to be enrolling some folks in my program, really growing that side of the business. Going to be some networking events coming up for Simply She, so stay tuned for that. My next networking event is going to actually be in July, so that'll be advertised on my Facebook page as well as Instagram. And then I'm going to be starting a new IG live series very soon. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to all the channels. So Simply She, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So yeah, I mean, just stay tuned to all the channels, and you'll see when the IG live series is going to be starting. So getting that together, I'm really excited about that. And what else? I go live every Wednesday on Facebook for Simply She, giving business tips. So just stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot coming.
Yeah. Thank God you got a good team that keep you straight. Cause Lord, you have a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of stuff. Every time now I go to the Divas and Dolls, right? I'll be looking for your car. I'll be like, Krystal not here, and it's running, and it's running, and it's running by itself. I was like, okay, Krystal, all right. What class I can do it? Oh, she teaches that. Oh no, I'm not ready for that class. I can't take that class. Let me stay with Miss Leslie and them. You keep taking those classes. But I know you call you're a mentor. So who you look up to as a mentor, or who do you look up to?
So I have to say, I think Michelle Obama for sure. She's just like the epitome of woman to me. She did it all really. I mean, I feel like our stories are like very similar too, in terms of like how she grew up. Now she grew up in a 2-parent household. My mom was a single mom, although my dad was around. But she went to an Ivy League school. You know, she dealt with people basically telling her that she was reaching too high, which, you know, I dealt with that a lot growing up. Was that like people wanted me to do great, but then they was like, well, maybe you can't do that because you're Black, you're a woman, like all these things. And you know, then she met her husband. She made more money than him. I was like, that's me too. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, now she's still with Barack, but I just admire her for how she's like she's just a role model for all women, and how involved she is with her family and like the things that are important to her, like, you know, physical fitness is important, family is important, spending time with her daughters, mentoring her daughters, other women. It's just so admirable. And I was like, I strive to be like her one day.
And she has her integrity.
Yes.
It's just outstanding. Her integrity as a woman is just outstanding. And that's what I love about her. You can't move her. And if you could move her, we don't see it. You know, we don't see it. And she stands there with character and integrity. And she don't let nobody move her. And she stands firm for what she believes. That's what I love about her the most. And when she walk in a room, she ain't got to say nothing. Exactly. Her presence says it all. So that's what I love about her. That's what I love about her most. But that's good. That's good. So can you leave my young women, my young adults that's trying to overcome success or trying to be successful, but like you said, they got people telling them you can't do that, and you know, can you just leave them with some encouraging words on how to keep going and how to keep building?
Yeah, I think for me, I was told that a lot growing up. I mean, even as an adult, I would never be, never do, you know, never amount to nothing. So my biggest thing is always follow your heart, keep God first, and do it anyway. Just do it anyway. They tell you you can't do it. You know, I think what changed for me was really finding my tribe, right? The people that I was supposed to be around. It's kind of like sometimes you're pressured to be around certain people because maybe you've grown up a certain way or just where you are, and you know it feels off. Trust your gut. Like if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Change it up and watch how you flourish. It'll be a life-changing event. And so I just would say, you're trying to be successful, you're trying to do things in spite of what other people are saying, continue. Do it anyway and find the people that support you. I guarantee you there's people out there that do and that will. Find those people, keep them close to you. The people who are telling you can't do, you're gonna have to change that relationship. I know sometimes it's family. In my case, it was family that really, you know, didn't believe in what I was doing. So I know it's hard, but you just got to find the people that will support you, keep those people close to you, and just do it anyway.
Amen. Amen. I like that. I thank you. I thank you for coming on my platform. You know, I know you've been on so many people's platforms and been doing interviews. So I do appreciate you taking a little bit out your time and coming and sitting with me and just talking and chopping it up. Because to see from 7 years ago to now, I'm like, wow, that's what's up. I said, that's what's up. I love being around women that are doing it. I was like, because it's going to trickle down here. You know, it's going to make me move. As my girlfriend who always support me, Georgette says, Luana McMurray Hodges is my biggest challenge. I'm her biggest challenge, but I love you. Thank you, Georgette. I know. I mean, I am. It's
Oh, see, that's what I'm
sometimes I'll
talking
be
about.
like, yeah, sometimes I'll be like, I can't do that. She be like, yes, you can. You're doing it now. You just got to keep going because sometimes I want to give up. And when I just look around, and I look around what you're doing, what Georgette doing, what Erica doing, Tasia doing, I was like, you know what? I can do it too. I can do it too. So, keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving. That energy, boy, I just need some of that energy and some of that grind. Because I'm telling you, you be on your grind. Like, you be on your grind. And I come on Facebook, oh, Krystal on here, what you talking about? And then you be talking to people from other places, California. And I'm like, how she know all these people? Like, where she know all these people from? But that's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. So it's just my sister, keep going. Keep going.
Thank
And
you.
you see 10 years, that's what's up. I might have to, get some classes in there. How can I forecast for 10 years? Now I can do it for numbers. I can budget for numbers, but when it comes to something else, it's like, I gotta wait till tomorrow and see what that looks like. That's me all day long. But y'all keep doing what y'all doing. And keep blessing women out there, and young women will follow, especially the women at your at Divas and Dolls. Ones that I seen that came in as students, now they teaching. I'm like, that's what's up. That's what's up. And is that other young lady there? The older woman that took the pole class.
Oh,
What is her
Kim?
name? Yeah,
Kim?
man, she inspired me and Georgette. We like, yeah, we gonna join pole again. We can do it. Like, yeah, okay. She was like, no, y'all can do it. We was like, okay. Look, we haven't been yet, right?
You can do it. Listen, you can do it. She made it all the way up to the advanced class, so you definitely can do it.
Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. I know
Hmm.
I'm gonna run into her one day going back and forth to class. I'm gonna run into her. Wow. That's awesome. But to see the transformation of the women that come there is like, wow. I remember when you just started and look at you now, you teaching. That's what's up. But in saying that, I thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I will not have an interview next week. I will be in St. Louis working for my full-time job. So I'll be on business travel. But then the next week I will be back on. But in saying that, I will make sure that I have all of Krystal's information down below. She's gonna send it to me, right? Yes.
Yep. After
To make
this.
sure. Yes. And ladies, if you want to get back in fitness, if you want to get that sexiness back, try Divas and Dolls. I'm gonna tell you, you will not regret it. It's fun,
Um,
it's sexy, and I mean, we have a great time. And the young lady the older woman that's in my class, I forgot her name. She keep me going. I love her to death. She keeps me going.
Miss Betty.
Yes, Miss Betty. Whoa, Miss Betty let me tell you, Miss Betty keeps me going. I love it. She encouraged me and she don't even know she encourages me. But I was like, yeah, I'd be looking over Miss Betty. I was like, shoot, I gotta do what Miss Betty doing. I'll be like, yes, Miss Betty is on fire, okay? Miss Betty's on fire. But
Hmm.
ladies, I'm telling you, if you want to work out, you want to build that upper body strength, start in a Zumba class. Start there and just work your way. Because Divas and Dolls is for all women, ages. So in saying that, have a great evening. Luana Hodges, YBC, Youth Building Conversation. Stay safe because it is thundering in the DMV area. And enjoy your evening. Stay on, Krystal.
Thank you.